This was a bottom line claim from the governor on Tuesday.
This is not an austerity budget, but it is a disciplined one.
So now the political static with the question of whether state lawmakers will observe discipline as they start debating this $260 billion spending plan with its suggested programs like an additional $4.5 billion for child care and more for universal pre-K, even as the state wrestles with the expected loss of $10.3 billion from the federal government as the GOP-dominated Congress cut funding for New York's traditionally more generous with benefits, Medicaid, and certain health care programs, some opposing political viewpoints on that child care element.
I think we need to do a better job of putting money back in middle-class families' pockets to give them the flexibility to choose what model of child care works for them and or whether or not they want to stay home and watch their own kids.
I am very much encouraged by our attention to child care, but we have to recognize there's a provider shortfall. But I do see that there is the added continuance of our community college program to include child care specialists.
So what else caught them by surprise?
There was not a great deal of policy included in this budget as previously. That usually holds up the budget quite a bit. And we saw, I think, about half the amount of proposals that we've seen in the past couple of years.
And the governor's point that a bigger than anticipated tax yield for the state came from bonuses given to stockbrokers for the performance of Wall Street.
I thought that these were the people for years, my colleagues on the other side of the aisle, the Democratic Party, the Democratic Socialists, Mondami, the mayor and the governor have said haven't been paying their fair share. So now all of a sudden, we have extra revenue because of these people.
Now, Nassau County Executive and announced Republican gubernatorial candidate Bruce Blakeman says the speech means more giveaways to make New York State more unaffordable, with no tax or cost relief for families or seniors. A Democratic New York State Controller Thomas DiNapoli said some of the elements of the governor's speech were to be commended, but he also warns about an estimated $27.5 billion potential state debt in the next few years. On your side, Ron Plants, Channel 2 News.